Hey everybody, it's Randy from Happy April Nursery again. And so I'm just out here in our garden about a month, maybe in a couple weeks after we planted these tomatoes, and they're definitely due for a prune. We're also going to train them and show you what we do to grow these up our trellis. So we have a small space here. These tomatoes are intended to go up and capture the rest of the sun in our garden at the far end of our garden beds. So what we do is work them up this trellis. We also maintain them to 2 liters. So I'm going to show you what that means. So first things first, I'm just going to get in here. I'm going to clear some of these suckers. So you'll notice that every internode where a leaf comes out, there tends to be a little sucker. And so in this case, there's a tiny one here. We're just going to remove that and remove this leaf. We do want to keep a single leader that we will grow up. So we're going to train this down to 2. We have our main leader and our secondary leader, which we're going to leave. All the rest of the suckers we're going to remove. So for example, there's a large sucker coming out here. We're going to take that and compost that. There's some small suckers in here. They're small enough we can just pinch them off with our hands. There's a little one developing here and another very long one here, which we'll also take off. So that's one thing we do. Second thing we do is we trim all lower leaves all the way up to our first fruit set. And this will keep changing as obviously you harvest fruit. So in this case, we're going to remove all these branches down here. We have another sucker that's coming off here. Taking that away as well. And these branches. So what this does is allows you to see the bottom of your plant a little better. Remove some lower leaves here. And actually weed around them, maintain them, and keep them a little more orderly. Also lets light hit the fruit, which can accelerate ripening. So that's all we're going to do. We actually have 3 plants here, so we're just going to go ahead and continue the same thing, just trimming up any lower leaves that are in the way and letting these guys set some fruit. Okay, so we've gone ahead and removed any lower leaves right up to our first fruit set. On all of our main leaders that are setting fruit, creating fruit, we've also gone ahead and trimmed off any suckers appearing in the crotches of the plants here where the leaves extend. And now what we're going to do is just tie these up. We're going to tie our main leader and our secondary leaders up onto our trellis. That'll be about it, pruning off any leaves that are overly shading each other just because this is a relatively small space. Then we'll feed them with some compost, do a bit of light weeding, and that's it. Hopefully these tomatoes here, it's an heirloom variety. They'll be ready for picking very soon. So that's about it. We've now attached almost all of our tomatoes. So our main leader here, here, and here with our one sucker that we've allowed to grow. So we have 2 basic major vines growing out of each plant that we have here. We have 3 in total, so we have 6 vines here that we'll train up onto this trellis. This one here hasn't quite made it yet, so we'll let it continue to grow and then we'll just train it back onto the trellis. And what I'll also do is just go ahead and show you what a sucker looks like. It's from the back of the trellis here. So in each of these unions, you'll notice there's a small sucker starting there. You have another sucker here. We've removed the leaf here already. So we're just going to go ahead and pinch that out. Should come fairly easily, and discard that. And so that just helps us control the plant. Forces the plant to focus some of its energy into making fruit as opposed to growing a bunch of leafy growth. Also keeps these from getting too unruly. So you can see this is the bottom of our trellis here, nice and neat, and they just grow them up in our trellis vertically, saving us a lot of bed space. If these were to fall over, these will get quite long and unruly, and all these leaves will actually become a problem. So there's a few tips for you on just how you can grow and optimize your tomatoes in a really small space. All right, take care. Bye.